to StayTrue Tv. Today we're back in the study. We've got the plaster on last video. This video we're going to sand it all back, fine tune anywhere that needs a little bit extra plaster on. While that's drying, we're going to head over here, get all the plasterboard up around the window, get that area sorted out, and hopefully by then we'll be right to get back here and give it a sand. Let's go and get some sanding done. My little hand sander's not playing the game. It's either too fast or then it's just dying. So we pulled out the big drywall sander. That's done alright for most of the areas. We've managed to get it over the top of everything, but we're going to go and pick up a smaller sander and probably grab some hand sanding pads as well, just so we can get right into all the fine spots on this thing. So go for a run, grab some supplies. Alright guys, so there we go, we've gone and done a rub over the whole shelving. You have to go back over and add a bit more plaster to it now. The other thing I'm going to do is I've got some internal strips. I'm going to run an internal strip up this section here, all the way down to the bottom, just for a bit extra protection there too. Overall it's coming out not too bad. There's a couple of relatively low spots that I need to take care of, and some spots that I've completely missed. Other than that, we should be good. Let's keep on going and try and get this thing knocked out. Alright, so we've gone and put the strip up. Now we're going to go and chuck some extra plaster on, then let that dry. First of all though, we'll go ahead and have a bit of a clean up on the floor here. Just pick up all the loose dust and stuff like that before we go ahead, get the new plaster on. Leave that to dry, and while that's drying, we'll get some plasterboard cut for around the window here. Hopefully get that sealed in today, and then if we've still got time after that, might start looking at the ceiling today. Got all the plaster back on the shelving, put it on a little bit thicker in the spots that I needed it, and we're going to hand sand it back with the block next attempt, and hopefully we get it nice and smooth and all nice and white still, so we're not got any metal exposed or anything like that. And hopefully she'll be sweet to keep going and paint on. I was just thinking about it, probably going to have to start looking at getting the paneling in here in this area, because we're going to have a couple of power points in here, and also down inside there we're going to have a couple of power points in there. So we're probably going to have to look at putting them panels up too before the electrician comes, only for the reason that when he comes and he's going to be hooking up power points and stuff like that, we're going to have the area ready to go so the power points can be hooked up and pushed back into the wall. So we'll go ahead and do the window first, then we'll come back over here, get into them 2 panels, maybe even 3, because there's not much up there that's going on anyway. And other than that, we'll leave the rest until we've got the electrician here and done all these bits and pieces. All right, let's get into it. Alright, so we've gone ahead, got the surrounding around the window now. So that's sweet. Now we're going to go make these panels up. I don't know if we'll attach them until the electrician's here, but we'll go and make them up and have them all ready so they're good to go when we're ready and the electrician's done his bit and we're all good. So we've gone ahead and made these panels. We've got 3 panels there. We've gone and bored a couple of holes here, one for the light switch, 2 for power points. We're going to have power points and USBs here. And then we've got the one down there we're going to have to chase up some switches for and stuff. But it's getting late in the day. We've got a fair bit done today. So we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then. So we're back. It's the next day. Plaster's still not quite dried. It says allow 24 hours for the drying process. So we're not going to be touching that today. We're going to go start putting some framework up for this roofing. So what we want is something different. We want it coming flat and then going down with the slope. So it looks a bit neat, but we want a nice gliding connection in the roof. So I've got some wood. We're going to go cut the length. We're going to screw it up to the top batten up there. Put that on. Then we can start pulling our plasterboard over. See how we go. Might change the process as we're going, but that's the basic part of it. So let's see how we do. We've mounted this beam here, and we've mounted the beam here. We're going to have plasterboard from here to here, coming straight. Our ceiling fan is going to be central around here, dropping down, and then we're going to have the rest of the roof contour down the slope. So we're just going to go ahead and box this section of the wall in now, so we can start putting panels up on the roof up to this section here. Get that done, get our ceiling fan mount, which is here. So we've got a mount here, and that'll just mount up. So that's another reason we've put that one in there straight, so that'll mount up relatively straight there, come down, and then we can have it all ready. Electrician comes in, hooks our cabling up to here, hooks the switches up, try and get it so everything's pretty much set, ready to go straight away. Alright guys, so it's been a few days since we've been here. Been pretty busy with a few other things. Went to Port Pirie, picked up a new item for the house, which is absolutely fantastic. Got it at a good price, good system. Hopefully we'll be pretty happy with that. We'll be looking at getting that installed in the next few weeks. One of the reasons we haven't been back is we had a builder here, and looking at some of the future plans for what we want to achieve with this house. And he walked into our study where we've been working on our shelving, and he looked up at the roof. And these battens here apparently aren't to Australian standard sizing and span. So we're going to have to do something about that. But the other thing is that he pointed out was the old tank stand comes into this room, as you can see. I think you can see, comes into about here, runs down over to there. The same there, it's like that diagonal line. So that's the old tank stand. He's talking about cold joins and cracking and stuff like that. This was built in the 1970s, mind you, according to the council approvals. But he's talking that we're going to have to take this whole room down, smash it all down, and lay a new slab and stuff here. We're not really too keen on that. spent a fair bit of money and time in this room. We've got the drawings and stuff for the council approval all in order, so that can take anywhere up to a week. So we'll get them back, obviously take them to the builders, and he'll look over it all and see what else we can do. We'll see what our options are, tell us what our options are from there. So for now, we're just going to leave this room alone, because we don't want to waste any more time or money on it if it is going to get demolished. Like I say, we don't know 100% sure if that's going to happen or not, hoping it's not. It's a bit of a devastation if that's the case. But we're going to go inside, start removing some air cons, blocking some walls up where we don't want anymore. Keep on moving with the build until we know what exactly is going on in here. Cancelled the electrician, he's not coming now. Not worth getting the place wired up if we're going to be knocking the joint down. So, guess we'll just see what goes, and we'll roll with the punches. Now let's get inside and check it out. Alright guys, these are the air cons that are in the rooms at the moment. Now we're looking at going full reverse cycle aircon ducted system through the roof. So we're no longer going to need these, so the plan is we're going to remove this. Then what we've got to do is work out where the bricks come out, and all the half bricks, knock them out. And then what we'll do is put new bricks in the wall. Then once they're all dried and mortared, then we'll plaster over it, sand it all back. Fingers crossed, have a nice smooth wall. So we're going to go ahead and go and source some bricks. Start looking at this area here. Alright guys, so I've just gone and disconnected the drain off, taken the frame out. Now it looks like that's just sitting in there, so we're going to go inside, pull the system out. Alright guys, so there's the hole. Now what we're going to do, we've got, as you can see, we've got complete brick, complete bricks. So what we want to do is knock out these ones that are half. So then when we put the new bricks in, we can put in complete bricks. And the wall should seal up perfectly. Then we'll have to go over it. Looks like they've used mortar here, so we might just mortar it up to level, and then plaster it to smooth it off nicely afterwards. But let's go ahead and get these broken bricks out, so we've got the correct spacings to start boxing in. Alright, she's all knocked out. Now to go grab some bricks, mix some mortar, start putting some bricks back in. Alright, so we had a couple of little bits of blocks that they've cut out, that I pulled out, and there was a reason for it, because the gap sizing is a little bit different. So what we've got it done here, to replace these two here, I'm going to go and cut some new ones, just so we've got a nice flat edge. It'll just make it look a bit tidier. Alright, we've got our two bricks. Let's go. Mix up some mortar. Alright guys, so we've got all the bricks in. mortar's in. Ain't set yet, obviously, but it doesn't take long to start hardening. I've still got a fair bit of mortar left over, so what I'm thinking is I might go and just water it down a bit, make it a bit thinner consistency. Then we'll run it over and just give it a bit of a layer over the bricks. Try and use it up anyway. And then if we need a second layer before plaster, we can do that another day. Let's go and water this stuff down and get another layer on. Alright guys, so there it is. We've gone ahead, just put a coating of mortar over the top of it as well, just so when we put the plaster over the top of it, it's not going to be so thick. Hopefully that dries out all good. So next video will be plastering it up, getting it flush with the wall, then we'll be able to sand it back and that wall's ready for paint. We've got a few other little bits and pieces to do in this room, but overall there's not a great deal to do in this room. So we'll be able to get this one starting to paint and stuff pretty shortly. For now we're going to leave you there. If you like the video so far, press that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Set your notifications for upcoming videos. Stay safe and we'll catch you next time.